What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than we normally do. If you haven't already noticed the background, we're talking about Star Wars Outlaws today. Huge thank you to Ubisoft for hooking me up and letting me play 3 hours on Toshara, a planet that is completely new to the Star Wars galaxy, created by Ubisoft in tandem with Lucas Games. I'm super excited. I've got a little bit of footage for you guys from when I played. I'm going to go over some things that I thought were cool, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. So let's check out the video, and as always, may the Force be with you. Okay, guys, so if you haven't heard anything about Star Wars Outlaws, this is Kves. She has a little friend named Nyx. We'll see a little bit of him later. Planet that we have landed on is called Toshara. It's a planet I mentioned earlier. It's very like Arizona deserty, so it fits in perfectly with the Wild West Red Dead Redemption kind of theme. In this scene, Kves meets the new mechanic, Waka, who is apparently in a bunch of trouble, and this is where you kind of learn how to shoot. The gunfighting in this game is very similar to a lot of other third-person shooter games. You hide behind cover, open fire, but like this one, just like Red Dead Redemption, you have a kind of Deadeye mode, which requires you to build stamina, but then you can eventually use it, go into slow motion, mark the targets that you want. You only get 3, unlike Red Dead where you can have a bunch, and then open fire. The one thing that did leave something to be desired was the driving of the speeder bikes. The speeder bikes themselves are fine, but the sensitivity in the demo that I played was really high, so it caused me to crash a lot. I heard the controller was a lot better. I rarely use a controller anymore, but I'm pretty sure that when I go to actually play this game, I'm probably going to break out the controller. Overall, the driving, aside from the sensitivity, wasn't awful. I like the scenery. It makes it feel, again, like Red Dead, where you're just riding the horse through the wildlands. And look, you can go off jumps. Sometimes you'll run into random bandits and they'll blow you away. And if you're a bad driver like me, you can slam into a rock and go flying.
More of those bandits? Oh, come on.
In this situation, I decided to fight it out on the ground, which didn't necessarily bode well for me because I had not practiced. My sensitivity was lower than it normally is when I do a shooting game like this, so I learned quickly how easy it is to die in this game. The cool thing is that I didn't even realize that I had saved, so it dropped me right back in the same location, and I decided not to hit the rock this time and decided to carry on and engage in some vehicular combat. One thing I will say about the driving, other than sensitivity, was that the vehicular combat does leave some to be desired. You can do more of the adrenaline Deadeye thing, but it's not very intuitive. It's hard to shoot when you're driving around. I don't even think they gave me an option. I was pressing a lot of buttons trying to get away from these guys, and every time I went to use my Deadeye, there was only one dude near me, so it didn't really work well for me, but hopefully it works better for me in the long run.
You there? The comms are working?
Yeah, hey, these bandits are still after me.
Persistent. Get to Miragana. That's Pike Turf. You're losing there. And, what do I call you?
It's Kay.
Alright, Kay. You'll find Gorak upstairs at McCall's. It's the most popular cantina in the city, so you can't miss it.
Bandits kind of stop chasing you once you get to Miragana City. There are several points to explore. I'm a big explorer when it comes to games like this, so I went off on my own instead of just going to the quest. I went off and explored. There is several like points of interest that you can see on the map. You can see me here kind of exploring, looking for one specific item. I'm not going to show you what it is, but it is pretty interesting, and I can boast and say that my demo said that nobody else actually did this. Okay, so I've skipped ahead a little bit now. We're on to the main quest that you get to do on this planet. Basically, what I have to do is I have to creep into a base, steal some files, and get out. The problem is that have to break into the local gang's hideout to do it.
Okay.
And so they give you a couple options once you've
Hey,
snuck
Waka.
into the base.
Thanks for the help.
This
You almost
point,
got me
I'm
killed.
trying to find my way
Yes,
into the
Korak still
base
remembers me.
because they're not going to let me just
tell me how to
walk
get into
in.
the
They don't like
stronghold.
me. I'm
It's in
not
the
that guy,
Pike
pal.
District.
So I find this
The main
vent,
entrance is next to
decide that I'm going to
checkpoint
climb
at
up
the
into
city
it.
entrance.
And now I found the entrance into this Pike base. So now I have to go where I want to actually go without getting caught, which proves to be a lot more difficult because, like in Assassin's Creed, they've got roaming patrols,
Next.
all sorts of other things you can do, multiple ways to get to certain areas, but it's all kind of in one direction. So you have to decide, like, do I want to go the more sneaky route? Do I want to go the parkour route? Obviously, in this situation, I almost get detected, but I continue moving. If he had decided to push me, maybe I would have knocked him unconscious. Who knows? Another thing here is that I introduced Nyx a little bit earlier and I haven't really shown much of him, but this is a cool mechanic because I like to steal the free stuff that's all over the map, and Nyx will go and do that for you. So like if I don't want to get caught, I can be like, hey Nyx, go over there, grab that thing while I continue to sneak, and he'll bring it to me. You're probably thinking to yourself, Alex, that's just like BD1 from Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor. Well, he didn't steal as much as Nyx does, and that's why Nyx is cool. The cool thing about it is that it's not just like things you can sell to get more credits, it's also items that you can use to upgrade your gear, which is very helpful. And I like to upgrade my stuff. I like free stuff. I like credits. So Nyx and I got along very well during the playtest.
Nyx, get that button over there.
Now, like Assassin's Creed, during your infiltration portions of the mission, you will have to do some climbing, but the difference is that in Assassin's Creed, you can climb on literally everything. In Star Wars Outlaws, there are very specific things you can climb on, and most of the time you'll get a little prompt that will allow you to do it, and that was very helpful. In addition to the sneaking and other things, there are some small mini games like the data spike here, which requires you to match the pattern with your data spike, which allows you to open the door.
We'll be okay,
Initially,
Nyx.
I struggled with these. It caused me to cut quite a bit of footage out because I was constantly just mashing it because I was getting frustrated, which is a pretty cool version of hacking versus like Mass Effect and some of the other games I've played that have hacking that drive me nuts.
Now, how do we get up there?
This is going to be part of the parkour that you do later in the mission, but by the power of editing, we'll skip it for now.
This Pike operation looks huge. They must have a sweet deal with the Empire. There's the tower. That energy barrier might be a problem, though.
Okay, Nyx, we can go loud now. If we gotta.
Alright, so now that you've done the main sneaking portion of it, you can choose whether or not you want to go loud and blast everyone into a new century, or you can do it the old-fashioned way and sneak your way
Sneak
through
over and
this
get
little
them.
base without killing a single person.
Go to
I've
one.
done a lot of talking, so I'm going to let you figure out how I did it on your own.
Nyx, Terminal.
Another slow day.
Nix, blow that up. Huh? I guess I should check that out.
This is bike territory.
Stay low, Nix.
Nothing.
Dicha Francho.
I am tired of this grunt work. I should be commanding, organizing.
Nix, get that down.
Why do I have to know this shit?
The pikes should be respected. Nix, hit that barrel.
What is this thing doing?
You are not a pike.
We need to
Come on, Nix! They're after us!
Sounding the alarm!
Do not let up!
Move in and lock it down! She's getting away!
Grab the Bacta, buddy!
There she is!
Press forward! Move in! Get her! I will handle it! There she is! Getting away! I see her! There! Stop it! And you have signed your own death mark!
Okay, guess there's another one of these things.
We lost her!
Oh, good job. We lost them.
Strange. Nothing. Strange. Nothing. I think she's gone.
Okay, then. Nix, the door.
Nothing will get past me. Forget it. We have things to do.
Nix, hit that. We did it! Who cares if they saw us?
If it comes back, I will fix it.
Take him down, Nix.
Now we'll fast forward a little bit more to later in the mission where we find the second type of minigame. This one is slicing. It's basically just like the board game Password, where you have to guess a certain sequence of symbols, or you could switch to numbers like it suggests down there at the bottom. It's pretty easy and I enjoyed it. I'll let you kind of watch me here. At this point, I'm 99% sure that I just triggered an alarm by failing those many attempts, and the evidence is pretty clear later.
And you're sure this channel is secure?
Fast forwarding to skip some spoilers, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I hit an alarm, and just like Kay said, there it is. So let's blast our way out of this.
What'd we get into, buddy? Ugh, they've locked down the elevator.
During this data spike, I'm gonna fast forward again because I want to skip as many spoilers as possible. And now we're going to talk about something that I think is even cooler. You'll run into these random events on the side of the road or town or path. And it's like in Red Dead or Grand Theft Auto, where you run into the person and you kind of just start affecting their life by giving them money, or who knows what it is that might happen. In this situation, I had the option to give credits. I chose to give a little credits instead of a lot or leaving. And the guy said to come back later. I don't know what happened though.
You won't regret it.
In another event, I walked up to a vendor, and after I finished talking to him, some stormtroopers walked up and started shaking him down.
What?
And I couldn't do anything.
That's impossible. I just had them renewed.
Not my problem. But, you know, for a few credits, I could look the other way.
Oh, please, I don't have the credits.
Hey, don't you guys have a galaxy to protect or something?
You sure you want to stick your nose into this, kid?
Nah, I'm good.
That's what I thought.
Here, that's all I have. Please.
Better find some more by tomorrow night. With interest.
We'll fast forward again, and there is a world event happening as I'm on my way to another quest. Some Imperials have lost some stuff, and apparently they found it, and I'm gonna go intercept. I'm also going to give you another example of why the boys never let me drive when we play co-op games. Okay, so like in the more recent Assassin's Creed games, you have now entered a hostile area, which means that you are shoot on sight. But luckily for us, there is also tall grass here. So let's see what happens.
Hold up when I get back.
Huh? What's that?
Someone there? Huh?
Target's in sight!
Look out!
We've got this! Hurry! After them!
Blast them! We have to go! Sending grenade!
Even though I'm in the middle of a gunfight here, I want to show you another mechanic that I think is cool. You rarely see these kind of mechanics in a Star Wars game because Star Wars is weird about their shooting, but they've added in a quick reload mechanic, which essentially allows you to instantly cool down your weapon because you've been firing it and now the ion cell is hot, so you need to cool it down. Now that all the Op 4 are neutralized, it's time to loot the base and get out of here.
We got ourselves a nice little haul, huh, Nix? Gotta go, Nix. Oh, come on!
again, you never know when you're going to run into bandits. I did this right outside the next town I was headed to, which was really annoying. But I think this is where we're going to leave it. And now it's time for the review. Okay, so that's just a small chunk of Toshara. And I did a lot on this planet, and you eventually get to fly the ship, which I'm hoping to put out in another video later on. There's crafting, there's all sorts of other things. If you are going into this thinking that it's going to be Jedi Fallen Order, you're gonna be wrong. It's not a Jedi game. You have a blaster. It's Space Red Dead Redemption. It's Grand Theft Auto meets Assassin's Creed meets Red Dead Redemption, and I've said that a lot during this video because that's the vibe that I'm getting out of this. I'm really enjoyed it, and I think that actually my oldest son would enjoy it. He really enjoyed playing story games like that, but I think that this is something that he's going to get a lot of enjoyment out of. If you're looking for a good Star Wars game that has a lot of interactivity and a lot of depth, I think this is going to be the Star Wars game for you. I honestly am not bothered by the graphics at all. Star Wars has always kind of looked funky to me, which is fine. Aliens are ugly. People look weird. Who knows? I will say this, I looked at some of the customization you can get down the road in this game, and I'm excited. There's some really cool people. I already know which of the Outlaws I'm going to work with because I saw some pretty sick gear that you can get. If you didn't notice, I did change my outfit a little bit during my playtest because I was just like, oh, I have credits to spend. I'm going to do that. So overall, I'm giving this game at least a 7.5. We'll see what it's like on release. I didn't run into a lot of bugs. Ubisoft really had it pretty polished by the time I went to play it. I know there's some people who are going to be out there bashing it. Oh, this game's slow. Oh, this game's boring. If you are a casual story enjoyer who likes to just roam around planets, interact with the society that you're in, this is going to be a fun game for you. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Again, Ubisoft, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Star Wars games have always been fun to me, and there's always just been something about Star Wars games that just makes me happy. And I think this is gonna do that, and this is for sure gonna do that for my oldest son. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. If you aren't subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want to know when the videos are going live or when I am going live, make sure you ring that bell. This has been your Moment with Alex. I'll catch you later, and may the Force be with you.